Hi, and welcome back. I just wanted to make a clarification on an error that I made on the last video. It is the defender who decides which combat results table will be used in a given combat, not the attacker. So, just to clarify, it's the defender who gets to choose the combat table. So, the Mongol player can use the ambush combat results table or the retreat combat results table. The Empire's player can use the stand combat results table or the retreat combat results table. So, and there is also at the attacker's option, there are 3 rounds or up to 3 rounds of combat per combat phase, and that is, like I said, at the attacker's discretion. So, other than that, those are the only two major errors that I saw. So, with that, I'm going to go ahead and start the Empire player's turn. I have basically already done the recruitment phase of the Empire player's phase. So, the only nationalities that have been activated by the Mongols are the Qin and the Siha. Qin is all these units here, plus the one over there. I don't know if you can see that or not. And the Siha, I don't know how to pronounce that. I know I'm pronouncing it probably incorrectly. Or, like I say, this one and this one. So, those are the only ones that can receive recruitment units. Let's see. So, I'm going to basically start this with the movement signal. My thoughts are that this area here of the Chins was captured and the Mongols put up a garrison. The strength just happens to be 4, which means that when it's the Mongol turn, they can recruit 4 units of any strength type there. I think that's how that works, even though it is an Empire's recruitment hex. I think they can still recruit up to 4. I may have to verify that. There might be some errata on that I'm not aware of at this time. Anyway, I think the garrison overrules the recruitment center. But like I said, I mean, I need to double check that between now and then. Anyway, I think these 2 stacks, or at least this stack here, is probably going to march up to there and take back their recruitment center hex. Might as well just call them resource hex. And I may sacrifice both of these units to take out this Mongol garrison here. If nothing else, it may slow down the Mongols' approach down into the central part of China and stuff. Other than that, I don't want to do too much right now because I want to see how the game develops and to see how much attack strength I need versus how much defense strength and so on. I like to play solo games, or when I play solo games, I like to give myself the least amount of information that I can on both sides or either side or whatever, all sides. Even though it may skew the game results or it may skew how the game is played one way or the other, I still like to, like I said, like in this game, for example, the Mongols. I haven't looked at the Mongols' strengths at all. So when I make an attack, I don't know what the attack is going to be. I just guess what it's going to be. Now, in reality, the Mongols had a great intelligence system. They knew pretty much all the ins and outs and everything of a place before they attacked it. They knew most of its weak points and stuff like that. Now, that didn't always apply, but they had a good intelligence system, so they should know when they move adjacent to a stack pretty much what their strength is and what the enemy strength is. Like I said, the only time that units are flipped over, Empire units, is when they've been activated by a Mongol unit moving adjacent, and thus activating their ability to recruit and stuff. I know this isn't making any sense, but pretend I'm just thinking out loud. So, I'm going to think a little bit more here, and then when I come back, we'll start with the Empire player's movement phase. Okay, let's go ahead and get this started. We're going to do the Empire player's turn. I've already done recruitment. I recruited the Qin units, and then the Siha. I'll never get that right. The Siha. Whatever. Forgive me for my butchering of anybody's language. I am no linguist, so I'm pretty much an equal opportunity offender. So, let's see here now. I guess we go on to the movement segment. So, I think my plan is, let me make sure this thing does autofocus. It's kind of a pain here lately. Okay, that looks like it's perfectly blurred right there in the center, where I'd like it to be, and it's nice and focused on the other areas where I don't really want it to be. That's better. Well, we'll see if it stays in focus. Like I say, I'm not a big fan of autofocus sometimes. So I guess what my plan is going to be is I'm going to sacrifice these two units here to attack this Mongol garrison. Yes, they'll die, and chances are the Mongols may go ahead and come back and even take it. Take either the garrison location or that, but well, they can't cross the Great Wall. So anyway, but the Shin, or not the Shinto, but the Buddhist player can cross it for at no penalty. There we go. And then I think we're going to try and take back this recruitment center here. And I think that's probably going to be the most of what I'm going to do with the Qin. It's the Empire's player. Guess it is Empire's player. Yes, not Empire players or Empire's player. But I digress. Whatever. I think that's probably going to be the extent of it. I wouldn't mind moving some of these Qin units out to reinforce, and I may do that as well. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and do that. No pun intended. We're going to have these two Qin units cross the Great Wall, indicated by this kind of dashed line, dotted line, whatever. And let's see, I guess we move one at a time. Sorry about that. So I'll move one Qin unit. He's moving into step, so he's going to accumulate. Oh dear me. Let's see, he's a Buddhist unit moving through clear, that's 2, nothing for the wall. So he has to make an attrition roll on the 1 to 10 table, which is 1 to 10 attrition points, whatever. 4 makes it. And the second Qin unit is going to move into there. He also will need anything but a 6, basically. 1, so he's good. So both of those cross into that Mongol recruitment center. Into that garrison. So we're going to go this way now. These guys. 1 clear. Excuse me. Okay. This is all going to be pretty much the same. Buddhist moving through clear is a 2. Anything but a 6. Oh, wait a minute. I had 2-4, yeah. I guess I want to explain this a little bit better. So you accumulate attrition points or whatever through each hex that you move into. So that would be 2 for the clear and 2 more for the clear, which would be 4. But on your attrition resolution table, which you can't see, it goes in categories of 1 through 10 attrition points, 11 to 20, 21 to 30, 31 to 40, and 40 plus. And basically on the 1 through 10 attrition points, of which these guys accumulated what, 2-4, there's only a 1 in 6 chance of anything happening, and that's on a 6. So now I've confused myself as to whether or not I moved that unit. Yeah, I'll say I did. He made it. Okay, we'll move to the next one here. 2, 4, and there is no stacking limit per se. 4, he makes it. And last, 2, 4, and you only roll for attrition at the end of movement. 4, so all those units make it. That's going to be basically a 1-to-1 attack. However, I think, let's see, the Mongol player will most likely do an ambush table. At 2-to-1, I would need 2 more units. Actually, I need 3 more units to have any chance of holding it. Or I could just, it's not going to be a mutual elimination because the table, it's going to be pretty much, I have to roll very, 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 very high. And even then we're going to take high casualties. So let's do, where am I at? No. Here we go. 2, 4. Let's see if he makes it. He doesn't. So he goes back into the dispersal pile, but he is not considered a casualty or for victory point purposes. The stack is getting pretty low. Are we ever going to get back into focus again? It's kind of blurry. Sorry about that. Okay. Any other movement that I want to do? See, high there. No real reason to move them. They're just going to remain there as roadblocks. So let's see. I do want to go 2, 4, kind of build up that area. So we'll roll for attrition on the 1 to 10. 5, he makes it. I want to go 1 or 2, 4, basically. I'm going to go measure it in attrition points. He makes it. Let's see. 2 into the step would be 3, that'd be 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, we're just going to use this as a recruiting center for the whole of China right now. I do want to go ahead and move 1 more unit here, 2, 4, to make up for that loss of that 1. Roll the 1, he made it. 2, 4. Try this one again. Made it. 2, 4. Made it. 2, 4. Didn't make it. Okay, well, since we've already killed 2 of our own units without any trouble, I think we'll probably stop right there. So when I come back, we're going to have the combat phase. Okay, we're going to start off the Empire player phase. Actually, the Empire player's combat segment. My bad. This is in glorious Technicolor here and in focus, I hope. I guess I misspoke again. when I said I wanted to get 2-to-1 odds or 1-to-1 odds, that type of thing, I was thinking in terms of units and not in their combat strengths, because when they're revealed, those are the numbers that you use, obviously. So I don't know. I did not know what the actual numbers would have been. At a minimum, they would have been ones, so it would have still been a minimum of 2-to-1. However, in this case, we have 2-4 versus 1, so that's going to be 4-to-1 odds. The Mongol player will choose the ambush. Is that what he wants to do? Yeah, they'll choose the ambush table as the defending table. So we're going to be on the 4-to-1 column, which I would show you all this, but then I have to give up or mess around with my wonderful cinema photography here. And well, so anyway, so prepare to be motion sickness here for a second. That doesn't give the whole table. Well, that should give me most of the table. All right, did that without too much disruption. Yeah. All right. Anyway, you're not here to watch me ramble on. So we're going to roll on the 4-to-1 table, which will be, actually, it's the biggest maximum table. So I roll a 2, which is going to put us at, what is it, 5 and 3. So the attacker will lose 5 strength points worth of units, which will eliminate his entire stack. And the defender will lose 3. So basically, it's kind of a mutual annihilation kind of a thing going on here. Try to get you back into the action here. Well, I don't know if I'm going to be using this camera for where am I at? Oh, for crying out loud. There. I don't know. I wouldn't want to try this playing let's say a Europa game or something like that, something high density. Anyway, both of these units are eliminated, and they do count for victory point purposes. The Mongol unit as well. Basically, both of those are now open and can be occupied by, first person who can make it there without suffering attrition and stuff. The only other battle I think I have is right up here. If I can get my, there we go. Penalties for a misspent youth is starting to catch up to me. Okay. My camera will probably fall over. I think we actually got back into focus. Okay. Pretty sure that this battle will go pretty much the same way. Let me try to get my thing in focus over here. I'm sorry. Apologize. Trying to get through these examples, and then I can move on to some other game, because frankly, this one has overstayed its welcome. Not because I don't like it, not that it's not a bad game. I would like to make some changes to it, but let's see, what do we have here? Let's get this into some more focus here. Well, I should really just pull out on things a little bit. There we go. Okay. That's what I was afraid would happen. Suddenly, great earthquake rocked eastern China. All right, let's try this again. This time with a little bit less drama. Okay. We have, what do we got? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 15 to 4. That's going to be just short of, let's see, 4 to, 15 to 4 is going to be just short of 4 to 1, so it's going to be 3 to 1. And once again, they will use the 3 to 1, they're going to use the ambush table. I will not attempt to move anything because, well, I don't wish to have another disaster like I just had. So roll a die, get a 4, on the, what did I say, 3 to 1. This is going to be a 4E. So the 4, this is the defender, is eliminated. And then I have to give up, oh sorry, that's not the 4. It's irregardless, E is elimination of the defender. And I have to give up 4 strength points of chin units. I'm trying to decide if it'd be best to take them into smaller chunks and leave the big ones, or take the big ones out and hope they go back into the recruitment pool to be drawn again. So I think I'm going to take out 4, because if I remember right, the chin recruitment pool is pretty close to empty. So there's a chance I'll probably get the 4 back again with any luck. Flip these back over at the end of the combat. These are made really nice, so that you just can flip them that way, and they you know, go back into kind of a hidden movement type of thing. So that battle worked. They will end their turn on a recruitment center that they control. So during the dispersal segment coming up, they're not in any danger of excuse me, of being eliminated or going back to the dispersed pile, which I guess is what they call it. Not really a recruitment pile, you recruit from the dispersed pile. So I think with that having been accomplished, I'll bring things out just a little bit, and you can see the wreckage that was done. All Empire units that, sorry, I didn't want to look at my hand all day either. All Empire units are back in a recruitment center of some sort that they control. So that would end the dispersal segment. And then you would keep doing this for like 10 more times, and then you switch places, which I don't feel like I'm going to do. So anyway, I just want to give a real brief and look at the game, how it works. And look at the components, some of the systems. Just going to see how they fit together. As far as, say, excuse me, I hope this focuses and doesn't fall down. The Mongols can cross over to the Shinto area, which is Japan, by crossing they can't enter an all-sea hex, but they can enter a coastal hex and move to another coastal hex until they reach a full land hex or whatever they need. So, for instance, they could go, you can see this, well, of course you can. Well, anyway, they could go down here. This is a partial hex because there is a little piece of coast there. It's a coastal hex. And then they could go one more. They could either go here to the island to the south, or they could just go to the mainland. I don't think there's any major penalty for that. You just, I think probably the attrition is higher. All C, yeah, for the Mongol player it's like an automatic 9, and for the Shinto player it's an automatic 9. Everybody else looks like they, well, 9, 9, 7 for the Islamic player and 5 for the Christian player, so I assume they have boats. Otherwise, they're going to automatically take attrition because you have to pay for the terrain that you're moving into as well. So you'll increase your attrition chances. Anyway, if I bored you enough already, I think that's probably it for this game. I would recommend it with some changes or modifications. I like the hidden hidden strength. I don't want to put this into thoughts. Anyway, I like the idea of hidden strengths and hidden movement type thing, but if all your units were face up, I would like that a little better, and then just have other markers to indicate which nationalities or whatever have been activated due to the Mongol moving adjacent to them, the Mongol players' units moving adjacent to them. A few other things, and maybe just an indicator of a garrison, Mongol garrisons. They could have a random strength. You just place a garrison counter down that has random strengths. Or not random strengths so much. The Mongol player gets a look at them, but they would be it would look like a garrison on the front, and then on the back side it would have the number indicating its strength and everything. So with that, I'm going to pretty much say that the Empire player is ahead in points. I'm not saying he's won or nothing, but they lost another 5 points. That's going to put them at 10. And the Empire player lost 4 points. And that's going to put them at 10. So right now losses are fairly even. What one we in here? That's actually 4. Okay, I'm going to be doing this completely wrong. Anyway, the Empire players are going to probably have the lead for a little while. So with that, I think I will pack this one up, and I will try to find something else to annoy you and bore you with next time. So anyway, thank you for watching. I appreciate it, and we'll talk again. Bye bye.